This is a safety valve of a Sentinel steam wagon or a pressure relief valve. Its job is to control the pressure in the boiler. If the pressure in the boiler reaches its safe working limit, in this case 255 psi, that's steam in there, that's down onto the boiler shell. There's a valve in there, spring loaded, that's the big spring. It lifts the valve off the seat and allows the steam to escape. I've got to strip this, clean it, examine it, make sure the valve and the seat are in good condition, lap them in and then reassemble it using a new spring, set it up to lift at 255. Then it goes to a specialist who will also strip it, examine it, pressure test it and give it a certificate to say that it actually is working at 255 psi. It's been in use for quite a few years, so it won't have been stripped. It'll have been tested, but it won't have been stripped, so we're going to pull it apart. I can see straight away that some of the nuts are quite badly corroded. I'll be replacing nuts as I go. We'll just see how we can get it apart. We'll just carry on and take the bits and I'll explain to you how it works as I get into it. That bit there, that's stainless steel, that's been put on at a later date. It's important to get that in to rig it way up. I'll put a little mark on there before I get it blasted. The valve's made out of bronze, or the valve spindle's bronze. On Richard's steam wagon I once got one of those made out of stainless steel and the bastard kept seizing up in there. It was a bad idea. Stainless steel isn't the be all and end all of everything, especially on steam engines. We'll have a gentle try at this bolt here. That's the actual adjuster that screws up and down to increase or decrease the pressure on the spring, and that's a little bolt which is miserable. We'll put some new threads in there and make a nice new little bolt for it. That's just a lock that to stop it from turning. I'm just going to screw that back on there. I don't quite know how much preload's on that spring. We don't need anything exciting happening to it. That appears to be bronze as well. I feel the preload on the spring there. It's still got weight on it. Right, so that's the weight off the spring. You can see where I put the nut on, we didn't want that coming riving off. So there's the spring. That part there locates in the valve which is inside it. Quite a simple setup, but simple is often the best way. Okay, so there's the new and the old spring. And they're basically the same length, so there's probably no wear on the spring. But we're going to replace it anyway. Spring sits in there, washer on the bottom, and then the bronze rod goes up through there. These need to come off next, so I can lift the top off and then we'll be able to see the valve and the seat inside of there. I'm going to put a little bit of heat on them just to give them a fighting chance, because they don't look like they've been off for such a long time. A little bit of warmth won't do any harm at all. They're all different sizes. They'll have been worked with at one stage, but they've been rounded off and changed. I'll put new nuts on. I'm not going to put it back together. I'll give in easy. Oh, very easy. Didn't expect it to come apart quite as well as that. So tempted to do that, but the bastard will be warm. Oh, easy, very easy. I'm not complaining. They're BSF thread, like a fine thread. I've got some nuts that size. So that's the housing off of your new joint to make for there. And that's the actual valve part. That's the valve seat there, like a nice tapered seat. There's a tapered seat in there which looks to be in very good condition. So that locates in there like that. That's how it works. It's all floppy, it all floats about because things expand when they get hot. But that's the seat there. It's metallic. I thought it might have been stainless. It just would be some special grade of steel. So far so good. Nothing horrible. It's all good. Yeah, BSF thread as well. And that part is also bronze. So now we can see, which I hope you can see, I'll bring the camera in so you can see a little bit better. There's the steam and the boiler pressure goes into there, up through that hole in there, and that's where the little valve sits. The valve sits in there, so you can see the seat. Right, hopefully you can see the valve there lifting off its seat. So that's held shut with a big spring. As the pressure increases, it pushes the valve up, and that allows the steam to escape. Put a little bit of valve grinding paste on the seat and just give it a try and see what it's like. Exactly the same as a poppet valve on a car. That's what it is, a poppet valve. Don't be tempted to put a drill on and use a drill, it's not the way to do it. That seat is worn, so I'll probably put that in the lathe and just polish that seat up to take a very fine cut off it. There's one or two little pop marks around there, but nothing to worry about. That can actually lap into there, no problem at all. That doesn't need cutting. I've got this set in the lathe, and I hope you can see is I bring the tool in, how the tool is touching both edges of the seat, but it's not touching the centre. So the seat's actually worn away. So I'm going to take a very light cut off there, just enough to give it a full width seat. There's a slight gap, it's touching both sides of the seat, but the centre of the seat isn't touching. You can probably see there where it's not quite cutting the full width of the seat. I'm happy now it's got a full seat on it. The seat on the valve is spot on. That's one little grinding with some fine paste, but there is one or two marks on the actual valve seat. I've modified a car valve cutter. I've got a set of these from one of the days I was playing motor car valves. I'm going to use that as a pilot. I've made a little adapter there. That's going to go into there, and that should hopefully cut me a nice new seat. Which it certainly appears to be. Nice downward pressure, nice and smooth. And that appears to be doing the job very nicely indeed. One or two little pits in, taking all them out. It would have been alright with the pits in, but it's better with them out. Obviously it's going to be a nice fresh face on both the valve and the valve seat. Used to use stones for grinding these at one time. Had a drill type affair with a stone on there, could have good valve seat. But these ones do the job. Right, that looks pretty good. I'll bring the camera in to get a closer look at that. Just dust that's coming off, you're not taking a massive amount out, just enough to get a nice clean valve seat. Right, so we've got a nice seat all the way around, same on there, a little bit of valve grinding paste on there now, and that should be good to go. With a nice grey seat all the way around the valve. The valve seat as well is also a nice matte grey. I'll put some marking blue on, but that valve is seating really nicely now, happy with that. All the little pit marks and pop marks are gone. I've got a little touch of micrometer blue on there. Right, we've got blue all the way around there and all the way around there, so I'm pretty happy that that is seating quite nicely. Once it's been filter blasted, I'll lap it in again, but there's nothing much the matter with that. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. As Emily mentioned, if you haven't subscribed, please do. We're getting perilously near to 100,000 subscribers. I'd really like to get there this year, I really would. Anyway, thanks for watching.